Hello, everyone. We've heard several people talking about how to harvest acid from these types of medical cabinets after reading Wasteland Treasures Volume 3, so we wanted to show how this perk actually works. Even after 1,000 hours of playing 7 Days to Die, we still learned some new tricks while putting this together, so be sure to watch until the end so you don't miss a thing. Let's jump in. If we look at the Wasteland Treasures Volume 3, it says blah, 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 but adds a chance to harvest acid from cars, medical equipment, and acid barrels. So these things are considered medical equipment. Now, we also have on this side the mirrors, and you'll find these in bathrooms, usually above the sink, and you can harvest medicine out of these as well. So we're going to do an experiment to see if you can get the acid from these as well, or if it's only from this kind of cabinet.
Then why do we have these piles of drugs over here?
Oh yeah, and this is the other kind of medical supplies, I guess, that might be considered medical equipment. So we have the small pile of medical supplies. We have the large pile of medical supplies. We'll try and pick them up and hit them with the axe and see if anything gives us any acid. Now, the trick is with these supply cabinets, you actually have to use the axe to hit them to get the acid out. Now, generally that means you'll lose the loot, but we're going to show you a trick to avoid losing the loot in the process. Now, Mr. Freaks has been so kind as to de-spec all of his perks, so he does not have Wasteland Treasures Volume 3 red. I do, so he's going to go through and open the bottom row just normally, and then the top row he's going to hit with an axe, and we'll see what the difference is and see if we get any acid out of them. All right, so you see what happens is the first hit actually just opens them, so it looks like it's been searched, and that's all you have to do to actually get the acid out of it. You don't have to hit it again. If it was going to give it to you, it would do it on that first hit. Now, you'll also, like I said, you'll lose whatever was in that cabinet when you do that, but we'll show you a trick to avoid losing the supplies. All right, and did you get any acid from that?
Oh, I got nothing. Some wood.
All right, so I'm going to do the same thing now. All right, so I got nothing by opening them, but now if I come back through, I got one from there. Got one out of there, and so on. Now, before I get this last one, if you want to keep whatever's in the supply cabinet, don't use R to take everything, but instead drag everything out one at a time and put one piece of garbage or something you don't care about in there. And then what happens is when you hit it, you can get the acid and it'll drop back whatever garbage you put in there. So if you could put something that you want and you'll get it back. So you'll get the loot plus the acid, and it's the best way to do it. So you could see the bottom row, I got nothing. By searching it, but the top one using the axe, we did get something. Mr. Freaks got nothing because he does not have that perk.
No, I don't.
Now we're going to repeat this over here and see if anything happens with these. So we notice I get broken glass. All right, so I got only broken glass from doing all of those mirrors. So you do not get any acid from those, but you will get them from these kind of supply cabinets. And you do not have to actually break them off the wall. You just have to hit them one time so they open. Now, if they're open already, and we do this again, I don't believe you'll get anything.
Kind of makes sense that you wouldn't.
Otherwise, I could just hit these twice and get 2 acid out of them, potentially. All right, so nothing from that and nothing from the mirrors. Now, we have these piles of medicine here. I'm going to just pick these ones up. You see we got nothing. If I hit them with the axe.
You're getting?
Oh, we do. I did get an acid. Oh, interesting. And now let's see if that same trick works on this. If I put a piece of garbage in here. And I hit this with an axe. Oh, yeah, same trick. Now, does it work with the bigger supplies? Oh, it does. Okay, so these do actually generate acid if you hit them with the axe. Now, it also said we have the ability to wrench down cars, or it said you can get them from cars, so I'm assuming that means through the wrenching process. Now, this is a much lower percentage, it seems like.
Nothing yet?
Nothing yet.
Guess it does take a lot of cars to get acid.
Oh, got one from there. So it happened on the middle hit, so we'll see if that's always the case, or if we even get any more, but it was the second stage.
You are a scrapping beast.
Gotta love me an impact driver.
That was a lot of cars.
So after all those cars, we only got 1 acid, so I couldn't tell if it will always happen on the second phase. Mr. Freaks, you want to put down some more cars, and maybe we can run that again, see if we can determine if it's always on the second phase. All right, so we relined up these cars. Let's see if we can tell if it always happens on the second phase. Oh, that was the second phase again. And the reason why that's important is if you see a card that's in the first or second stages, you'll know that you could potentially get it. But if it's in the third stage, there's not really a chance. So we're just trying to confirm if that's the case or if it just happens to be that that's when it happened for me. Okay, it happened on the middle stage again there. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say it's always going to be the middle stage if it's going to happen. It looks like for cars in the middle stage, that's when you're going to get your acid. It seems to be pretty low chance, around 5% based on testing and just what we saw so far here. So just keep that in mind. It's a much higher chance, it seems like, with the medical supplies. It would seem to be around 10% because we got 2 out of the 20 that were out. And with the cabinets, it seems to be maybe even 20% because I'm pretty sure we got 2 out of the 10 that were out there. All right, so we tested normal cars. Let's see how cop cars behave. Okay, so after you hit the alarm off, you do have a chance. Actually, it looks like a much higher chance, or I just got lucky. Beep, beep.
It's a good thing they're not actually, like, coming after you.
Yeah.
Might be problematic for this particular scenario.
Could be problematic for sure. All right. So we got 3 acids so far, and it seems to be after you've disabled the alarm, the next stage that the car is in is the one that you'll get the acid. And it seems to be much higher probability because we got 4 so far. Yep, we got 5 now. I'm going to say cop cars are much more likely to drop the acid. Maybe it's confiscated drugs.
It was a good test to make. I kind of wouldn't have thought it would have made a difference.
Yeah, I didn't think it would even drop any. We got 6. Well, interesting. So even the rest of those, I didn't get any, but total we did pull out 6. The rest of the stuff seems like we got a lot less of it. So I do think cop cars are giving more acid.
Good to know.
All right. And the last thing that it said was acid barrels. And for anyone who doesn't know what the acid barrels look like, here are all 4 different versions. We have the kind laying down. It says empty rusty barrel here. So any sort of rusty barrel. These are the standing up rusty barrels, and these are the 4-pack barrels on a pallet. These are like the A and B version. This is actually on a pallet, and this is not. These are just clustered.
I see.
Okay. So again, to actually get the acid out of it, you have to use your axe. So I'm going to go through and just show, and these will not blow up if you use your axe. And just to show you that, I will break those down.
Will blow up if you use a gun, I think.
Yeah, a gun will definitely blow them up. All right, so using the axe, and let's see if we actually have to destroy it or if it'll come out before it destroys. All right, so we got it before destroying that barrel. So you do not have to break them all the way to get it. And then I want to hit this one with a wrench to see if it blows up in my face.
Nope.
No, it did not. All right, let's see if the wrench will give us an acid, though. It does.
It does.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. I was actually thinking it wasn't going to, but...
And I wonder if it's a higher chance, because I just got 2 of them. Very interesting. I wonder if we can wrench the medical boxes. All right, so these are just more of the same barrels. We won't go through that, but I will hit these supply stacks with the wrench and see if those work as well. It does. Now, we didn't get a special animation or anything, so it's not like giving us mechanical parts and such that you would from a wrench, but it does seem to work. So you can use a wrench or an axe to get the acid out of medical supplies and barrels. Well, I guess we could see if it's true for cars. I'll try and see if I axe the cars. Are they going to blow up or are they going to give me acid?
I guess it's worth trying. It seems like...
Seems counterintuitive, but
It's like, I don't...
just to finish it out for science,
For
you know?
science!
For science, the things we do, baby. I'm glad these cars don't blow up when you hit them with an axe. I don't know who would be harvesting cars like this, but hey, you know, science, baby. Oh, you do get it from harvesting with the axe. Wow. So I guess it doesn't matter what tool you're using as long as it gets some sort of resources out of it.
Interesting.
And now for the wrench on these boxes. Let's see. We do. We get them from the wrench and the axe. Beautiful.
See, now that's really cool. I think we just discovered something.
We did. All right. I call that a simulation success, baby. Science. Leave a comment below for anything you learned in this episode, if there was anything unexpected or if you knew everything already. I definitely was not expecting the axes to harvest from cars, that's for sure, or wrenches from the piles of supplies. I actually didn't think we'd get anything from the supplies in terms of acid and harvesting them, but, you know, turns out both the big and small supplies. The only thing that didn't give us anything was these stupid mirrors. Can we try maybe... Yeah, I don't know. I think that's just going to give us glass with this as well. I didn't get a special animation, so... I don't know. I don't know why these ones don't give you the acid, but everything else seems to. But I think that is tip number 1 for harvesting acid and how to properly capitalize on Wasteland Treasures Volume 3.
Very good.